is March 1st, and this is the first regular City Commission meeting in the month of March. It's exactly 7 p.m., and we'll call this meeting to order. I hope you felt welcome this evening by our interim fire chief, David King, and also our deputy fire chief, Nate Cordier. They were our greeters as you came in tonight. I'd like to introduce the folks who are sitting up in front of you. To my right, your left, Recording Secretary Taylor Lockert, our City Clerk Susan Dodderis, Commissioner from Zone 1 Dwight Selby, our Commissioner from Zone 2 Troy Kent. To my left and your right, our Deputy Mayor and Zone 3 Commissioner Susan Persis.
Hello, everyone.
Our Zone 4 Commissioner Rob Littleton, City Manager Joyce Shanahan, Assistant City Manager Claire Whitley, our City Attorney Randy Hayes, and for those of you listening online, I'm Mayor Bill Partington. At this time, if you would please silence your cell phones and rise for the invocation given tonight by Chaplain Sam Mercado with Advent Health, and that will be followed by the Pledge of Allegiance.
Let's bow our heads. God of hope and love, through your mercy and protection, we have made it to this new month of March. Thank you for watching over each of us and our city of Ormond Beach. Tonight, we also lift up to you our mayor and city leaders, and thank you for watching over them and giving them wisdom and guidance in handling the business and concerns of our city and its people. Bless this meeting tonight and guide the decisions that will be made. In your holy name we pray. Amen.
Amen. I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
At this time, we will have audience remarks. I have one card. It's Sharon Trescott.
Prescott, 689 Pineland Trail, Ormond Beach. I don't like having to come and bring to the attention like I'm doing, but it seems that we don't get the attention for our road. We're county residents on a city road, Pineland Trail, and I'm going to speak tonight for myself and about 5 others that met with the county, knowing that we were not getting back in the summer the help that we deserved. The county came out. Ben Bartlett brought a group of county staff and met with us. And then on August 25th, a letter was sent to Mr. Finley with the attachments and photos, an exhibit of the problems that we brought forth. It appears nothing has been done. Now, I don't know why. So maybe that letter could be addressed and let us know. I'm here more for a safety reason than the drainage that the ditch maintenance causes to our properties. I think I just need to put you all on notice that, in my opinion, it's gross negligence out there and surely should be addressed or explain why it's not. I thank you.
Thank you. And Jim Bowers.
Mayor, City Councilman, and City staff. I'm here to speak on an item on the consent agenda, not to remove it, just to make the citizenry aware of the years of partnership between the American Legion Post 267 and the city. It goes back to 1950. Also, in 1989, when the city commissioned historical buildings within the city. Item number 19 on that list is listed as American Legion Hall. Thank you. I just wanted to speak in favor.
Thank you, sir. The approval of the minutes from the February 15th, 2022 commission meeting have been sent to the commission for review, also posted to the city's website. Any additions, deletions, or corrections?
I'll move the minutes.
Second.
Moved and seconded. All those in favor say aye. Aye. Opposed, like sign, and we'll show those approved unanimously. Item 6, the consent agenda.
I move approval of the consent agenda.
Second.
Susan, please call the vote.
Commissioner Selby,
Yes.
Commissioner Kent,
Yes.
Commissioner Persis,
Yes.
Commissioner Littleton,
Yes.
Mayor Partington.
Yes, and now would be the appropriate time if any member of the commission wanted to comment on any of the consent agenda items.
Sure.
Commissioner Slayer.
Well, one of the things I just wanted to comment was I'm really glad that we are on the consent agenda here buying vehicles for the fire chief and the deputy chief. I didn't realize that they were using their own personal vehicles on the job, and I'm also glad that we created the emergency response fund that allows us to be able to make these kinds of purchases. Those two vehicles are going to cost the taxpayers about $72,000, but I think that's a very important and worthwhile expenditure. And then, of course, I'm also encouraged by the approval of the lease with the American Legion. So that's a great, provided a great service to the city and a great use of that property. Thank you.
Thank you, Commissioner. Deputy Mayor Persis.
Yes, I just want to thank Jim Bowers for coming up and speaking. I just did the math, 72 years. That's amazing. So thank you for coming up and saying something, and we're so proud of your organization, and we sincerely support it. Thank you.
Thank you. And Commissioner Kent.
Yes, just to the American Legion. I'm so glad you took the time out of your day to come here this evening. And the staff report said it, but you mentioned it as well. What a great partnership with those that gave so much for their country. And I appreciate not only the support you give your members, but to their family members as well. Thank you.
Thank you, Commissioner.
I guess I'll say something. Jim, we know the American Legion does a lot for the community. You guys don't advertise that a lot, but you do a lot for the community. And I also want to thank staff. I've been talking with you guys for months about this, and in a good way, and you've dealt with the situation and made everybody happy, and thank you for that.
Very well. We will move to public hearings. This is item 7A, and I'll open the public hearings at this time and ask the clerk to read 7A.
Ordinance number 2022-04, an ordinance amending the boundaries of city commission zones in accordance with the reapportionment plan accepted by resolution 2022-07, describing the reapportionment boundaries, repealing all inconsistent ordinances or parts thereof, and setting forth an effective date. This is the second reading of ordinance number 2022-04, read by title only.
Thank you. It is the second reading. I don't have any cards.
I move approval of ordinance number 2022-04.
Second.
Any further discussion? Please call the vote.
Commissioner Kent,
Yes.
Commissioner Persis,
Yes.
Commissioner Littleton,
Yes.
Commissioner Selby,
Yes.
Mayor Partington.
Yes. And 7B.
Ordinance number 2022-05, an ordinance annexing certain real properties into the city of Ormond Beach, said properties being generally located along the east side of Plantation Oaks Boulevard, north of Addison Drive, and west of Village of Pine Run, consisting of approximately 103.45 acres, redefining the territorial boundaries of the city of Ormond Beach to include the properties, setting forth zoning privileges and obligations regarding the properties, redesignating the boundaries of Zone 1 of the city of Ormond Beach to include the properties, providing for transmission, providing for severability, and setting forth an effective date. This is the first reading of ordinance number 2022-05, read by title only.
Thank you. I don't have any cards, but I will ask our planning director, Stephen Spraker, to speak on 7B.
Good evening, Stephen Spraker, Planning Director. The property in question is shown in hatched area. This would be Addison Drive, located here, and then Plantation Oaks Boulevard is located here. The property is approximately 103 acres. This was part of the interlocal service boundary agreement that the Commission approved in December and the County Council approved in February. It does not include the enclaves, so those will remain in unincorporated Volusia County. The project is going through a series of actions which the Commission will have review and approval of all this. The interlocal service boundary amendment was first. Annexation is next. They are on our planning board for land use. It'll decrease the total number of residential units allowed. And then in the future, you will see a right-of-way vacation and a zoning map and eventually platting. Staff is recommending approval of the annexation, and the applicant is here if you have any questions.
Thank you. Stephen, any questions for Stephen or the applicant?
Stephen, I have a question regarding the enclave that's created. Actually, there's two enclaves, right?
Correct.
Yeah. So how does that work? I thought we weren't allowed to create enclaves.
You are not allowed to create enclaves. The solution was the interlocal service boundary agreement. So that agreement started in 2014, and basically it establishes interlocal service boundary areas in which the city has land use and zoning jurisdiction. So those properties will remain in unincorporated Volusia County. We will assign land use and zoning, but they will not be required to annex. If they ever do connect to utilities, then they would be required to annex. So they stay in unincorporated Volusia County.
Any other questions for Stephen? Thank you. Again, I have no cards on this item.
Move for approval.
Second?
Moved and seconded. Any discussion? Please call the vote.
Commissioner Persis,
Yes.
Commissioner Littleton,
Yes.
Commissioner Selby,
Yes.
Commissioner Kent,
Yes.
Mayor Partington.
Yes. And we will close the public hearings, move to reports, suggestions, and requests. And tonight we start with City Manager Joyce Shanahan.
Just a couple of things. I believe we provided you an updated meeting schedule. You will see that we added a shade meeting, which is proposed for April 19th, which is before your regularly scheduled meeting. Last week, staff had two collective bargaining sessions, one with the fire union and one with the general employees union, so we're moving ahead in that process. The police union is choosing a new representative, and there's a specific process that has to be followed for that, so that we haven't yet met with them. So we're happy to do that whenever they're ready. But we've got some more information that we have to review with you, so we would like to set that for April 19th, if that meets with everybody's schedule. We would start at 5:30 and then convene the regular meeting at 7 like we normally do. Let's see. Also, we're still working on the Avalon Park utilities. Sean advised today at our staff meeting that Mr. Richardson, who's doing some work on net present value of that project, advised it should be ready in about 30 days. So once we have that, we'll schedule individual meetings with you, and then we'll go from there. So just so you know about that. And DARE graduation is on April 13th at 8:30 a.m. at Pathways Elementary. The grand opening of Badner Park, as you know, that's the native plant park that the Garden Club of Halifax Country, I love saying that, is sponsoring that, and they're hosting that. So that's at April 26th at 10 a.m. And just for those of you counting at home, we're scheduling the State of the City for October 11th, 11:30 to 1, and it's always the second Tuesday in October. So that's scheduled. And last but not least, I have, you've got this book here. You all wanted to know who had applied for who had interest in other positions serving in the city. And so they're divided into three groups. Group A, they're currently serving on a board, but they also have interest in other boards. Group B are applicants since 2020, because you know you set the appointments every 2 years. And Group C is applicants that are not on any board. So once you all review these at your next meeting, you can discuss them, or even tonight if you're ready, and then we would have to draft a resolution and bring that back. That's what this information is with after that last meeting. And on Saturday, Chief Godfrey received the J.J. Martin Leadership Award by Florida Senator Tom Wright. You can see it up on the screen in recognition of his veterans status. So we're very proud of you, Chief. And it was a great ceremony by Ormond Strong. And here's another picture of the chief. He's pictured here with the University of Central Florida Police Department, Winter Garden Police, Orlando, Daytona Beach, Gainesville, and Ormond Beach. This was a qualifying ride for the Unity Tour. Members have to qualify to ride 75 miles before they can enter into the Police Unity Tour. You know, we've had several officers participate, and the chief has done so since he's been here on the Unity Tour. It's a 250-mile bike ride. Is it starting in Virginia again? Starts in Virginia and ends up in Washington, D.C. at the Fallen Memorial for the police officers. It's quite a spectacular ride. Last year it was modified due to COVID, and they rode through Ormond Beach. They came right down State Route 40, and we couldn't have been more proud to see our chief and Lieutenant Willis leading the pack as they rode under the giant flag of the Ormond Beach Fire Department in our fire truck. We were so proud of both of you then. Lieutenant Willis is in the audience, and Chief, we're proud to sponsor you to go on that and represent the city very well. So thank you very much for that. And that's all I have unless you have some.
Thank you. Any questions for Joyce? Commissioner Kent?
Yes, just one. Ms. Shanahan, casements, coquina wall busted up.
Oh, yes.
When is the timeline for that to get fixed?
A Tesla ran into that coming off the bridge. It was driving itself and did not negotiate the curve well. I don't know if we have an ETA on, we don't have an ETA yet on, because the coquina is very specific and we need someone to do that very specific. I know Robert's dead at it, but I don't have a date for you. I'll get one for you.
Thank you, I appreciate it.
I wish I could have seen it, though. It must have been, I heard that it might be hyperbole, but I heard some of the rocks of the coquina almost flew to the tennis court.
Hopefully Elon Musk is going to come.
Nobody got hurt, though.
Good. Next is Assistant City Manager Claire Whitley. Thank you. And City Attorney Randy Hayes.
Thank you, Mayor. Nothing this evening.
Thank you, Randy. And tonight, we start with Commissioner Kent.
All right. I just have a couple of positive comments this evening, and those are, I am so proud of our city and my ability as one of the decision makers and leaders in our community to help Ormond Beach lead the way in several areas. One of those with financial health compared to all other 16 cities in Volusia County. Our water rates and sewer rates are one of the absolute lowest. And we do all of that providing excellent services with our police, our fire, our public works, but don't forget our recreation. We offer from baseball and softball to fishing tournaments in Ormond Beach, as well as free movie nights for families to come out. And I'm just super proud to be a part of this city. Have a good night, everybody.
Thank you. Deputy Mayor Persis.
Good evening, everyone. I'm very proud to also let everyone know I was able to attend the award where Chief Godfrey received his special honor. It was really a wonderful day out there to see all kinds of people. And what was really special, along with Chief Godfrey's award, was they had a traveling Vietnam Wall. And it was just like the real one if you've seen it up in D.C. And it was just amazing. It was wonderful that people and children could come and see it that have not actually experienced the original wall up in D.C. So I thought that was just a fabulous event that we had. And again, Chief, we're very proud of you. I'm also I was very excited to attend the Ormond Beach Department Achievement Ceremony last week. And there was, 30 some odd individuals that really were promoted or moved up to a different job. And it was just absolutely amazing to see the camaraderie and the support and the family unit that our fire department is. And I know that Chief over there, I know we're very proud of you too. It was just a great ceremony, and I was able to say, I was looking at it, all these young men and women, and they looked so good in their uniforms. They were all dressed up and all so proud and had their family members there. And I said, this is like the nicest looking fire department I bet anywhere in Florida. I mean, I really, looked out there and was like, wow, this is like really special. So I just really enjoyed that ceremony. It was very special and touching. I also would like to ask everyone out there to please keep all the people in the country of the Ukraine in your prayers and thoughts. I know I've been watching it as much as I can on TV. It's very scary, and I just hope that we all keep them in our thoughts and prayers. And lastly, what I'd like to say, many of our citizens received some flyers. I know you saw in the paper and you've heard about it, very anti-Semitic flyers that came out. And I just can't imagine being of the Jewish faith and receiving something like that on your driveway. And I just would like everyone to know I totally found that abhorrent and evil, and I just wanted to publicly say that. I just think it was one of the worst things I've ever heard of happen in our gorgeous city, and I certainly hope it doesn't ever happen again, and we can stop whoever this is doing it. With that, I'll say good night. Thank you.
Thank you. And Commissioner Littleton.
Well said, Commissioner Persis. The fire ceremony was spectacular. It was well run. I don't ever put it together, but it was very well run. Congratulations to everybody involved. Some of the firefighters that were there, some of the best among us in the city, and we're very proud of them. I further want to congratulate the chief on the J.J. Martin Leadership Award, and I'd be remiss if I didn't mention that at least two other Ormond Beach constituents, residents, got the award also. Actually, Mr. Jim Bowers got the award also, and Joe de Blasi, and those happen to live less than a block from me. So I'm very proud of that, and they've done a lot for veterans, and you should be very proud. And that's it. I'll say good night. Thank you.
Thank you, Commissioner Littleton. Commissioner Selby.
Thank you, Mayor. A couple of quick things. First of all, relative to the VGMC vacancy, I have a few people in mind that I haven't had an opportunity to reach out to see whether or not they're interested. So if they are, I'll ask them to submit applications on the city website. I too would like to congratulate Chief Godfrey. I apologize that I was not able to attend the ceremony. My son Kyle, many of you know, has twin girls that are now 4 years old. Actually, today is their actual birthday, but Saturday was the birthday party, and so I was at their birthday party. And Chief said that was okay. I told him in advance that's where I would probably be, and he thought that was all right. Sunday night is Taste of Ormond, and I'm pretty sure it's sold out, as it always is, but I'm really looking forward to the Taste of Ormond event back at Rockefeller Gardens. So that should be a good time. And finally, I'll just close with this Thursday at 3 o'clock, the Ormond Beach Police Foundation at Ormond Beach Police Department is going to be honoring Detective Thomas Garcia, who we recognized at our last city commission meeting as the outstanding police officer in all of Volusia and Flagler by Crime Stoppers. The Ormond Beach Police Foundation is going to give him a cash honorarium gift out of the funds that we received. It's 3 o'clock on Thursday, and if you're able to attend, that would be great. We'd love to have you there. And with that, I'll say good night.
Thank you, Commissioner. And the VGMC, I was going to say, if we get everybody an opportunity to look through their booklets, and then if there are any new applications, if we can get those before the next meeting, so we all have time to consider everything and then come prepared to figure out an appointment. I think that would work out best. And with that, I think everybody's covered everything. We are adjourned. Thank you.